You are now listening to the Overflow Podcast at thisisoutcry.com. Ha, 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 ha. Hello, everybody.
I thought you were doing old school beatbox.
Ha, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Anyway, what's up? This is Joaquin.
This is Jake.
And welcome to the Overflow Podcast at thisisoutcry.com. So we're back week after last week. So it's been a week since you heard us. And it's been a pretty good week. How's your week been, Jay?
Very, very busy. Busy. Yeah. A lot of things going on at work. So exciting things for me, even though it's been super busy and sometimes a bit stressful, but there's still exciting things at work. So cool. How about you?
Awesome. Nah, man, work's been work. It's funny because it's like, you know, my job, it's been cool because we haven't had too many crises happening, so it's all good. Even though I did, there is an opportunity, but to work third shift again, but
Yeah, don't do that.
I kind of want to flee. That's my instinct. Let's just get out of here, but nah, probably not because I got a pretty good schedule. But it's been a pretty good week, man. As you know, and I think I mentioned it before, you know, I've been on this weight loss journey, and I finally broke under 300 pounds, which is, you know, being like 7 foot tall, being under 300 pounds, pretty good. It's a pretty good.
Right. If you were 7 foot tall and under 300 pounds, you would look like a crackhead.
Right? I'd be like, hey, guys, I need more pizza. Yeah, man. So it's been, that's been cool. That's been fun. Honestly, man, just chilling. Still trying to work on going to bed early, but that can never seem to happen.
You gotta just do it.
You know what I'm saying? Well, Thursday nights is especially tough. But
yeah. But when I left work, no, I didn't leave work. Vince left work. And he was like, it's Thursday. So 3 a.m. bedtime, huh? So you know it.
Yeah, we're terrible at this. So we had that. So what's been going on this week, man? There's been a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
Yo.
There's been bad news.
We had
good news, exciting news, terrifying news.
Really? So we're not going to do any bad news. We're not going to do any terrifying news, right? But we are going to geek out because we had like a geeked out weekend.
I will say this. Did you see that story before we start getting geeking out?
Dun, dun, dun.
Did you see that story about where they were like Michael Phelps was gonna race
a shark?
The shark.
Yeah.
And it turns out there was just we just gathered all this data and figured out how fast the shark would swim in like this.
Yeah, people are actually mad that he didn't really race a great white.
But he only lost by 2 seconds, or 0.2 seconds.
Which means that he is like dumb fast.
Yeah, I was like, don't go into the ocean with Michael Phelps because if a shark comes,
he gonna leave you behind.
I'm gonna get bit. He gonna be gone.
He's gonna leave you behind.
By the time I start swimming, he's gonna be walking out the beach talking about laters, and I'm gonna be like in the movie Jaws. You did pull down. I thought that was a kind of I was like a neat story, but it was interesting. And then people were mad. Like, really? Like, you think he's really gonna race a great white?
Not only that, but like, how messed up must you be to like want Michael Phelps to like race a real great white? Like, there's something wrong with you.
It's
It's like it
was pretty funny. I was just like, man, what people get mad about? But Yeah, so it was a geeky week.
Yes, it was.
Why
Yes,
was
it
it?
was.
Why, it was a geeky weekend.
Weekend.
Why was it a geeky weekend, Jay?
El Diatre.
El Diatre. What is that?
It was a it was a geeky weekend because last weekend was SDCC weekend. Right? For those of you who don't know what that is.
What is SDCC, Jay?
That's the San Diego Comic-Con.
Ooh, that's like the granddaddy of them all.
Is it?
I think so. That's the biggest one. So we're gonna say it's the granddaddy of them all. This is the biggest Comic-Con in the States. Maybe
And
the world.
but that's where everything comes out from, right? Everything gets revealed and like, you know, shown in San Diego Comic-Con, right? That's where
and it
all
was
the
crazy.
celebrities go,
Yeah,
like
and it was crazy.
everything.
Yeah, it was crazy because the weekend before was the Disney, what they call
Disney
it?
Expo.
Disney Expo, where they, you know, showed a lot of Disney stuff,
Which
overlaps
includes Marvel and Star
and
Wars.
Star Wars, which kind of overlaps some with the San Diego Comic-Con. So,
Has it always been like that?
I'm not sure. I'm not. No, I don't know if Disney always had theirs first. But I think it seems like after they bought Marvel and bought Lucasfilm, it was like all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we're gonna have our own thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do everything. We're gonna take over
We're
everything.
gonna do our own thing, son. Now the interesting thing, as we were heading into the Comic-Con weekend, was that at the Disney Expo, they showed footage, like an extended trailer type footage for Infinity War, for Avengers Infinity War.
Yep.
And
a brave thief.
you know what?
A brave thief.
Who's that? A brave thief.
Thief. He's a thief.
A brave thief. I'm not even saying teeth.
Right.
You have a problem saying teeth.
I saw in Barbados, remember? You got to take the ting out.
Take it. Ting tang tong. Anyway, that just sounded kind of like I was making fun of Asians. Anyway, I was not. We love our Asian brethren.
Yes, we do.
How was it? Yes. Well, it wasn't just one person. A couple of leaks came out. It was funny, right? Because it was like, I think it was like two different versions of it came out. They got leaked out. What'd you think of the footage that was shown?
You know, I looked at it. Right.
I did too. You sent it to me.
Yes, I did, didn't I? Well, anyway, I looked at it because I know a lot of people didn't want to look at it because, you know, quality, whatever.
Quality was terrible.
Quality was horrible, but you were still able to see. And distinguish things, right?
They don't look bad though.
This is unbiased, right? Because
Is it?
it is. It really is. Like I looked at it and I cast it to the TV so that I can see it better, right? It's truly unbiased. It was not, and we're gonna get into this later, right? But it was, for me, it was not as impressive as like the Justice League trailer was, right? And let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Let me tell you why. Because the buildup for Thanos has been like 7 years in the making,
Something like that.
right? The buildup for Thanos, it took so long that when you finally saw him and, you know, you saw him kicking butt and whatever, like, it was like, it wasn't impressive. It was like, finally they show this dude off his throne and like doing something. Because it was just like the teases here and there, but it's
but would your
it's
opinion,
about time.
But would your opinion possibly change if you get a good quality look at it?
Yeah.
Because that was a pretty garbage look.
I believe it would. I believe it would.
Like that scene when he grabs the planet and he throws it at him or whatever it was. Like he looks like he reached back and grabbed the moon.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, through.
Which is like straight out of Avengers Assemble on the Disney Channel.
Yeah, it's like I knew this what he did only because I read the descriptions of the trailer. So that's how a lot of I saw was just connecting it to.
Yeah, to what
I had,
Heroic Hollywood,
you know, Heroic Hollywood, Comic Book Resource, all those different websites that, you know, that did kind of, they kind of did like the highlights of the trailer. So I was able to kind of follow it. Mm-hmm. It looked cool.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see an actual.
Yeah.
I think when we see the, because it was hard too, because like.
It was crooked.
It was crooked,
it was sideways.
and it got really loud, so you lost out on.
Yeah. I do believe that. I do believe that once the actual trailer does drop, like sometime after Thor, then yes. Because that's more likely than not, like my opinion will, because we'll be able to see it better,
right,
well, a better quality and all that. But like from what I saw, that's what I said. Like from what I saw, right, it wasn't as impressive.
Like I get what and I think that's just the quality thing, because I think it'll be impressive when you get that high def, because all right, fine, it's like he finally, well actually that's not true. When they did the extra scene where he grabbed the Infinity Gauntlet, right? He was standing up. He wasn't on his throne. But
was he?
Yeah, because he had to go get it. Remember, he was like, sometimes you got to do things yourself or whatever it was.
And then that's whatever.
But I think, I think your opinion will change, because you picked up some things like there was like a little Spider-Man scene. There was a Peter Quill and Doctor Strange that like both attacking Thanos.
Now that did excite me. Like the one thing that excited me about the trailer was how you saw how they because I think we talked about like
everybody.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I think we talked about how there was no Spidey sense in Homecoming. Right. And you saw in that trailer how they are going to introduce and develop Spider-Man Spidey sense, which like is hella cool. Like it was super dope.
Cool. That's the thing, and that's why I think that, from what I saw.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the actual thing.
Because what I also saw was much darker tone.
I didn't see that.
I saw.
I saw it was darker because of the recording.
Not darker because of the recording, but it did look like it's gonna have a bit of a much darker tone for a Marvel movie, which we know they don't have those.
Oh no, they can't do that.
Well, they can and they will, and we know they will because
people gonna die.
What's his name? The guy that plays Hulk. He kind of let a little bit out the bag.
Did he? I didn't.
Yeah, he was doing an interview with Rhodey. The guy that plays Rhodey.
Him. Him. Hotel Rwanda. Don Cheadle.
He was like, but he was like,
Rwanda.
Yeah, he was like, a lot of people gonna die. And he was like, hey man, shut your mouth. Like, like it was kind of like, ugh. And if you saw the video, if you look at the video, it looks like it was real awkward. Like, like one of those like real awkward type, not a joking like, ha, shut your mouth, ha. But it was like, shut your mouth, man.
Yeah, well, a lot of people gonna die.
So there's gonna be some deaths. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of the kickoff to the weekend. All right, what else?
You're gonna die today. You're gonna die today.
What else we got? Before we go to the trailer that we want to talk about, what other stuff came out? No,
let's just get to the trailer,
man. What we're talking about? We're getting some good stuff. That Steven Spielberg movie, Ready Player One.
Which we have no idea what that's about.
Basically, from what I was told, or from what I saw in the trailer too, is basically people going to virtual reality and some stuff's going on there. It's based on a book that I've seen 2 or 3 people have already been like, the book is amazing. It's like it's this great book that people love. It's very retro, a lot of 80s characters. And in the trailer,
a lot of 80s references too.
And stuff. So I don't know if you know, like the Iron Giant was,
Heck yeah.
Did you see Freddy got blown in half? Freddy Krueger.
You saw the DeLorean.
So
the pipes from Super Mario.
Oh, I missed that one. I missed the pipes.
Yo, talk about the Iron Giant.
So that was cool.
I introduced Bean to the Iron Giant.
Oh, did you? I've never seen that movie.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I loved it. I love that movie because it's like this giant from outer space, and the kid that finds him
made of iron,
and the kid that finds him and tries to like acclimate him right to like Earth things, like gives him a Superman comic and tells him to be like Superman. Right, so it's pretty
that's
cool.
That's the only reason Jay likes the movie.
And no,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be like, that movie was garbage. And Jay was like, no, but he showed him the Superman comic.
No, it's a good movie. It's a good, but the thing that shocked me, right? Because Bean's only 2, so we watched the Iron Giant over the weekend. right? Watching Iron Giant, and I'm like, there's a lot of stuff that just like a little bit violent, intense, right? Yeah. A little bit intense. Dude, what I was not expecting was that the ending, the Iron Giant.
I don't know the ending.
No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna say it anyway. In the end, the Iron Giant
for me.
If you the Iron Giant puts on like this a sign of like a S that's from like a store, right? And he puts it on to be Superman, and he's gonna go like save the city. So he's flying, right? And it's like this kid is so empathic that the giant is flying. There's no nothing, whatever. He's just flying, and he does this Superman pose. And Bean comes running to me, like bawling, and he's screaming, "No, Giant, no!" And he starts crying, and I'm like, "What the heck is going on? Like, you're not supposed to like capture this, like get what's going on,
right?
Like, because it's not like, I mean, he's just flying, and he's like, Giant, no, Giant, and then something happens to the Giant. He hugs me. He's all like crying, like completely just, I'm like, oh my God, I scarred my son.
Yeah.
I scarred my son. But then he sees the Giant again at the end. It's like, oh, okay, Giant's okay. So he's all happy again. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm never gonna let him see this movie again until he's like 10.
Yeah, like you gotta stick to the G. Hey, don't be showing him Fox and the Hound this weekend, all right? Because that'll really wreck him. Talk about a movie that'll wreck you. Fox and the Hound, all of y'all will be crying.
Oh my goodness, I wasn't I really wasn't expecting him to like.
That's hilarious.
To grasp this.
So Ready Player One came out. If you haven't seen the trailer, go check it out. Interesting movie. Looks like it's gonna be. It's a Spielberg movie. So,
and the thing about Ready Player One is that it's there's a scene in Ready Player One with the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Oh, I missed that. I didn't see that.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Well, there's a lot going on in that trailer.
There's
anyway,
a lot.
So you need to watch it like 20 times to catch.
But and I only know that because I saw one of those Easter egg videos on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
On the YouTube. But it's gonna be like a good throwback movie, right? Because like
that's what it looks
Spielberg.
Like. That's what it looks like.
Does the 80s and throwback.
So you had that was a big trailer that came out. Thor Ragnarok came out. So we actually got to see more footage from the. I guess it was like a teaser they had originally released. That was kind of I'm kind of on board on Thor Ragnarok.
Now,
I am. I'm on board now more than. And it's funny because the one thing that did pop into my head is I was watching it was, it's got a very Guardians of the Galaxy kind of vibe to it. I mean that's just kind of what just popped into my head when I was watching it.
But there was a scene. I don't know if you noticed, but I had to watch it again at work. There was a scene where they show like the vastness, like it's a pan out, and they show the vastness of all the Valkyries, right? Mm-hmm. Like up in the heavens, ready to attack Hela, and it was almost like a scene out of a Zack Snyder movie, right? Like 300,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like one of those epic scenes that Zack is so famous for.
It looks like, and it looks like it's gonna have, and you know what? I think it's gonna make the movie fun though. It's just because they've established that Hulk Thor relationship.
But did you notice that Hulk is a little smarter?
Yeah, he's a little smarter.
He's a lot smarter.
Yeah.
Like he forms full sentences.
Yeah, he was. Well, they were very short sentences, but they were full sentences.
But for the Hulk.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. Though that scene though, he was like, "I beat you" or whatever. He was
like, "Did we fight?"
No, you did it.
Like, no, you did it. He's like, "That's not right."
So it looks like it's gonna, finally we have like, it looks like Thor is a little more, not as stoic, I guess, is a way of
boring
of looking at it from the other ones. So yeah, it looks like the villain looks pretty terrifying too. Dude,
she
she's like
she destroyed Mjolnir.
Yeah, like she's,
right with her hand.
And
like
then she
crushed
in front of everybody. She's like, "You missed me." She just wipes them all out. That's pretty.
She crushed Mjolnir.
And then to the one trailer that me and Jay were looking forward to.
This is
for weeks.
This is the one that we were afraid that we'd miss.
What
on the cruise?
On the cruise, we're gonna be bad. I was gonna sink the ship. What? So it was the Justice. They released.
They released the second Justice.
The
League
second
trailer.
is it the second?
The second.
Officially, it's the second. Justice. Well, it's more than a trailer because that thing was 4 minutes long.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Yeah,
really?
it was 4 minutes long, dude. So let's talk about Justice League trailer real quick. What you got? What you think?
You want to talk about Justice League trailer real quick?
Let's talk about it real quick.
We can't talk about the Justice League trailer real quick.
It was awesome. All right, so listen, we're sorry for all our new listeners if this is a little crazy for you.
This is your first time.
Yeah, you might have listened to us last week. Think, oh, listen, I talked the Jesus Freak Cruise. Yeah. Listen, we're a bunch of weirdo nerds. All right, that's what you get with us.
Well, hey, if you follow us anywhere, then you know that.
Yeah, and you know we're a bunch of weirdo nerds anyway. If you look through our Instagram, it's mostly Batman pictures.
Stupid Batman pictures.
Because Batman,
right? You know that it's we're a pop culture Bible study.
As an aside, we want
podcast.
to say hi to all our new listeners because
that's all our cruise listeners.
Our cruise listeners. Hey, thanks guys.
Though
we're so happy you guys listen and hope you stick with us.
Hey, supposedly we're now Jerry and Leah's favorite podcast.
Yeah,
so
Jerry,
there you go.
Thank you. We love you. We're gonna come visit you.
We're finally somebody else's favorite podcast besides ourselves.
Yeah, as far as ourselves, we're road tripping to Las Vegas to say what's up.
Oh no! Do a live podcast out of Vegas. And what happens in Vegas that day will not stay in Vegas.
We're gonna get our fingers crushed.
We're gonna tell everybody on the podcast. But no, son.
All right, so the JL trailer.
Son.
I don't even know where to begin with it.
Son. I will begin at the revelation finally of freaking Steppenwolf. Dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
that was with the boom tube and him
right?
and
coming down with the power axe, right? It's just son, right? And then the thing, we that know a little more maybe than the non-read comic book reader or whatever, right? He's not even like he's the power before the almighty power, right? Like he's powerful as hell, but he's not even like the bad guy. Right?
He's just. I mean, it's like if he doesn't get the job done, then the guy with the freaking power beams and
like he's not even like the main bad guy, right? He's just like the harbinger for the bad guy.
He's the general.
And then the thing, the best thing about the Justice League trailer to me was that it was like two trailers in one, right? And I'll tell you and I'll explain why, right? Because you saw the visuals. Right, the visuals was one trailer.
Correct.
Right, Steppenwolf. You saw a clearer image of the parademons. Right.
Yes, the boom tube was cool.
Right, with the mother box. Right,
yeah.
But then also, if you paid attention to what Steppenwolf was saying, that was like a whole other trailer, right? Because he mentioned the lanterns. Right, he was like,
Kryptonians.
right, he was like, there, this world has no guardians, no like guardians. Boom, lanterns. Boom, no Kryptonians. Boom. It's like. Dude, it's like, you got to watch for one trailer. Yeah. You got to listen for another one.
And Batman was there like, what am I? Minced meat.
Right? Son. Like, I mean, like you said, like, where do we begin? Right? Do we begin with at Themyscira with Steppenwolf appearing? Or do we begin with freaking Aquaman riding a parademon down?
No, not even that.
And crush it through the buildings. And like, come on.
Not even that, because that's even way past. How about we begin with Aquaman you swimming up to the throne in Atlantis.
Right? And what does that mean? What is that? So is Orm king? Is Orm king?
Or is the
is Orm king?
or is just no one's king, or is the old king?
No, because we saw that video. We saw that was a part of, if you remember, that was a part of the test screen that Zack Snyder, like he let be seen months ago, where he came up and he swam up and then he faced Orm. Right, the Ocean Master. He faced Orm.
I don't remember that.
I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
I don't remember that.
It was like test footage that he put on Twitter. It was like a couple months ago. Right. So if Aquaman is swimming up to the throne,
well, somebody said
is Orm king. That's how I keep saying that.
No. Or is he swimming because he doesn't have any armor?
Right.
So is it that they've got the king's armor, the armor that the king would wear, it's on the throne because they're waiting for Aquaman to come,
Maybe,
right? To take
but
because
according to the myth, according to mythos, Orm and Arthur fight for the throne because Orm sees himself as the true king.
They do, but we don't know.
Which is the setup for the Aquaman movie, right?
Right. So we don't know. That's the thing. We don't. I mean, because then later you see him wearing the armor. So is it that? Is it somebody was like, well, like kind of like Wonder Woman, right? She goes and gets
the armor,
the armor and the stuff that she wears. So is it Aquaman swimming up? Is there?
Because there's another scene where he gets where the hammer is thrown at him, like the war axe.
Underwater.
Right, underwater.
That was bad. That was really dope. So, I mean, is it that he swims up? You know what I think? Thinking about the first one, where remember when Diana's like, so is he gonna help?
He's like, no.
He's like, no. She goes, did he say yes? And he was like, so that's a no.
It's like yes and no. It's like more yes or more no. It's like more no.
But then you see the scene. So if you tie that into the scene where you see the axe come through, so that means that the boom tube, right? Steppenwolf gets it, and then that's when.
Because there are 3 boom tubes, right? Supposedly there's one at Themyscira.
Well, there's 3 mother boxes.
Well, right, 3 mother boxes: Themyscira, Atlantis, and then what was the other one? Like was the Vikings, right?
The humans, they buried it or whatever.
Right.
Well, there might be one more though because
well, Victor's a boom tube.
Because he's a boom tube.
He is. Oh, he's a mother box.
He's a
Sorry.
What's
the matter with me? I'm so excited. I'm geeking out.
Right, because Victor, right, because Cyborg is Cyborg because of a mother box, and then in one of the scenes, there's another mother box sitting there. So
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so it's when they're when.
Oh, an excuse to watch the trailer again.
Yeah, when they're all sitting there, where Bruce says, you've all. Like you haven't pushed the limits of your powers or whatever. Well, there's a scene where there's another mother box that looks because even one of the trailers, I don't know, I think the last trailer you see Cyborg holding a mother box. So
I don't remember that either. I'm gonna have to watch that one too.
So is it that we know that there's 3.
Right, we know that from the beginning there were 3.
We know there's 3,
but if we go according to comic books and even the animated movie Justice League War. Right? Remember that there was the whole thing where parademons were putting mother boxes everywhere.
Everywhere. So could it be that they just, so I mean, there's a lot of room there to kind of what's going on. I think though that scene underwater where you see the axe, Steppenwolf attacks, gets the mother box, and then Aquaman comes up and is like, "Yo, guys, we got it.
We have to join the surface."
He's wearing the armor, so he takes the armor because he's, we know he's not king yet. We know he hasn't taken that yet. So maybe he's like, let me get the armor because the armor's been waiting for the king to take over. Who knows? Like, there's so many
ways, right?
What you think of Flash,
dude?
Before we get to my dude, what you think of Flash,
dude?
That's so cool, right?
Dude. When Flash is like, you all look like like you're talking about going into battle, and you all look ready to go into battle, and that's cool. But I've never done battle. I only push people and run away.
Yo, that scene where he's like, looks like he's breaking the glass. I'm like, is he breaking it or is he vibrating through it? And
no, because it broke.
Well, but we don't know. But that's what it looks like.
We do know it broke. No, you can see that it broke. Of course we know it broke.
But what if
he's not phasing? He broke the glass.
What if he phased through it and then it's like one of those things where do like a visual where it's like where he walks through it and then he just comes.
It broke. The glass broke.
It doesn't make sense though.
It does make sense. Why not?
Why is he going super fast and then he's pushing it out of the way.
Because he can do whatever he wants. He's the Flash. He can do whatever he wants. No, the best scene with the Flash, besides the running, was
when he throws the lightning.
No, at the end with Gordon. Right.
Yeah.
The whole conversation, Gordon.
I don't know if that's the best.
For me, that was the best. Gordon turns around and only the Flash is there. He's like, oh, so they really do just like disappear, huh? That's rude.
Yeah.
And then
No, I like that was the funniest scene. The scene that had me the most intrigued with the Flash that I want to actually see the whole thing is when he throws the lightning, where he looks like he's throwing the lightning. So like that dude already knows how to do that. Like, he's generating all that speed. What's he throwing it at? I want to know what he's throwing it at.
I can't believe you didn't see. Did you not see that video?
Which one?
The one where they show that he throws the lightning and it looks like he's going through like a tube with and it looks like the Speed Force. That's the part that I was telling you that they broke it down scene by scene, and he looks like he's running through the Speed Force and he grabs somebody and he's throwing somebody through.
I look. I don't see. It doesn't look like he's grabbing anybody.
I'm gonna find it for you. Because they did like snapshots scene by scene, and you see somebody else in the Speed Force and the Flash grabbing him, and they're trying to say, well, is that Superman? Is that this? Is that whatever?
Because he does the thing where he does that weird runners thing, and then he takes off. Because that's all part of the same scene.
Mm-hmm. You'll see. I'll find it. I'll send it.
I looked at it. I did it slow motion, and it did not look. I didn't see anything.
No, it was nothing. It wasn't in this. It wasn't in this trailer. It was a couple of months ago.
Is it the previous trailer?
I believe so. I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
I mean, somebody already put all the trailers together.
What's up with Batman?
Dude,
the scenes with Batman were ridiculous.
Straight comic book, right?
Ridiculous. When he's standing on the gargoyle. Ridiculous.
That wasn't even a gargoyle.
What was it?
It's like a skeleton. It was like death. It looks like death. If you freeze on it, if you like freeze frame it on it.
Because of the lightning?
No. When you see the statue, it's got like a hood, and it's got a skeleton face.
All right, I'll take a look at it.
So
I just assumed it was a gargoyle. That's like basic Batman.
Right, but no, I did too. But then I was reading a breakdown of the video, and I was like, what? And I went back. He's standing on death. To me, that's what it looks like, right? And when he's just kind of looking down, dude. The 3 scenes with Batman where he's crouched and he's looking out over the city,
right,
and then when he's standing looking down, right. So
and then the jump,
with the cape out, and you see he's holding his grappling hook, and he's coming down like he's about just to swing and smash somebody in the face.
Yep.
Oh man, I was like, ah!
Yep.
Oh, that's a Batman.
Or when Cyborg takes over the Flying Fox.
Yeah, that was cool. Like those. Yeah, exactly. I've got this out.
All right, so I have a question.
Who are you?
I have a question. Did you see how stoic Cyborg was?
Yes.
Right. Is that the way he's gonna be because he's a cyborg, or is that the way he was? You think that's the way he was in that scene because he was like?
No, I think he's gonna be more stoic. Because remember when they did the one scene where he sees Batman and he's like, I thought you were just a myth. And Batman was like, well, I'm only
sometimes
I only allow myself to be seen when I need to be or whatever. But he was still very, I think he's going to be more stoic. I think he's going to be
more robotic,
more angry, like an angry. Because even like if you think of like Justice League War, the animated Justice League War, I mean, he wasn't like the hey guys, booyah, like what everybody wants, like the Teen Titans.
It's so dumb.
The Teen Titans, the Teen Titans Go. That's what everybody wants. They want us to be like the Teen Titans Go
That's
character.
Ridiculous.
But if you see him, even I think even in Teen Titans, the video, he wasn't that like. He was still. He's very.
No, he was loose in the Teen Titans video because like he wanted
looser.
to hang out with them.
A little looser, but
showed up with pizza and soda and stuff.
He's a little looser, but he wasn't like. Like what people want him to be, like the Teen Titans Go guy.
I was just wondering if he was going to be more robotic,
I think
or human, struggling with the whole thing.
In this world, I think that he's going to be. I think he's going to be more of the kind of stoic, angry, or not. Not angry like he's lashing out.
He's going to be like he's going to do what Bean does: beep boop robot.
Beep, boop, robot. Because it makes sense for him to be that way. He was just right. He's a star athlete. More than half his body gets burned away. His dad. The only way his dad saves him is by
infusing him with the
mother box. So why would he be like this happy-go-lucky person?
All right. So what about Superman?
He wasn't in the trailer.
All right, but he was.
Was he? We don't know.
He was. No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the fact that, the trailer starts out with, the whole world is still mourning the death of the Superman. And then you hear Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, right? Superman did more than save the world. Like he showed like the best
Right.
Like he was like the best that humanity has. Like so it was like an overarching.
He was talked about,
right?
But he wasn't in the trailer.
It was an overarching thing, you know, of how the like Superman's death, right, impacted the world, right? So it was more than just, you know, the way Batman was changed and the necessity or the need to like gather up the heroes. Right?
That's the one thing I kind of was a little like, because, you know, he was like, oh, he brought hope. But did he? Because in BVS, he wasn't bringing much hope. Most people would kind of.
Well, he did because he sacrificed himself.
So he brought hope. But that's the thing that I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it and with that in mind, because to me it just seemed like they were really pushing the hope thing when they didn't really. How did he provide hope? He died, and that's when he brought hope. That's the only thing
they're not pulling from Superman just from BVS. They're pulling from Superman from Man of Steel also.
But that's right? What I'm saying.
But
if you follow that,
that's the trilogy, right? It's Man of Steel, BVS, and then Justice League. So everybody knows that the S stands for hope, right? Everybody knows that Superman made the ultimate sacrifice by, you know,
right. But what I'm saying,
killing himself as he killed Doomsday.
Yeah, but that thread, that's what I'm saying though. Like, it was, you know, he did what he did in Man of Steel, where he destroyed half the city.
Whatever.
Fighting Zod. But he did. I mean, I'm not saying that he was. I'm not like, well, he should have taken it out to a cornfield, but Superman doesn't destroy stuff.
Right.
He did destroy half the city though, so people kind of upset with that. I mean,
he did it. The bad guys did,
as they should. Well, I mean, come on, they threw him through half the city. They were throwing each other through half the city. He's not innocent. But even in BVS, I mean, it was all about like, right? With Superman's line in BVS, it was all about, well, where do I fit? Do I bring people hope? Do I don't bring people hope? Well, what am I supposed to be? So so he dies. I don't know. And that's a little bit of a problem I have with it. Like, he dies, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, he was a great guy. You know.
Well, yeah. Right? Because he saved the world.
So, like, I hated him, but he's a great guy.
Yeah.
So I was like,
yeah, because he saved the world.
You can save the world and still be a douche nozzle, and people be like, I still don't like him.
But he saved the world.
I'm glad he saved the world,
but
he
still died.
Don't like him.
You see, it's the ultimate sacrifice. He died. He sacrificed himself to save the world. So, yes. Less. Either you're a complete cynic like yourself, that you're reverting back to your cynicism.
I've always been a cynic.
Or you know, you're just like, you know, there's like no room for anything but hate in your life. He's like, oh yeah, he died saving the world, but he was still a stupid alien.
No, that's what people would say. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. How is it that you go from that?
You got to go to the little Nicky route. You got to go the little Nicky route. Like, see the good.
But then at the end, it's like hope. But he didn't bring hope.
But and then
he brought hope at the end when he dies?
Yes, he did.
How do you have hope? So the one guy that you could have hope in is dead.
Yes.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Yes. So you got to live your life sacrificially, right? You got to live your life through agape, right? But then again, we don't know how that develops in this movie, right? How it's explained.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
It seemed a little like the hope thing seemed a little forced to me, but whatever. That's
in the trailer.
It did in the trailer.
So we'll see how it's expanded or
pushing it, hope,
or how it's done. You know, in the movie.
It was like hope, Steppenwolf. You know, and it was just that's what I wanted to see.
Steppenwolf, then the Flash. I'm out.
Yeah.
And then where was Batman?
Yeah, but it was good. And then of course the end of the trailer where you
hear the boom.
Here's like, so the thing is, right, you hear a boom,
the theories.
You hear a boom. Right. So the Jurassic Park moment happens twice. So
it could be the sonic boom from flying and then from landing.
So either a Tyrannosaurus Rex is going to show up. I'll help with my tiny arms. I don't think. I mean,
I don't.
Usually
I
the
do
sonic,
not subscribe to that theory.
Usually, the sonic boom is when he's like, he's taking off. When he's landing, he wouldn't do a sonic boom.
Yeah, I know.
Because then he would go right through the earth. And then Alfred would be like, why are you putting holes in my yard? See that, and that's the question though, right? Because Superman doesn't land like he's an elephant.
Right.
Right? He can land softly. Now he's not boom. It's like, dang it, Superman. Like,
well, he just came back from the
like,
dead.
super excited.
He forgot it. He forgot how to land.
He's super excited. So there's the boom boom, and then there's you see a bit of what looks like red.
Like red, yeah.
Right? Which people are like, it's the cape. The dumbest theory I heard was that when Bruce was looking at the hologram, that he was looking at Supergirl.
Yeah,
And I was like, that's dumb. Like you could tell that
someone said that to me, and I was like, no.
I was like, do you not realize Batman has like trophies everywhere? So he would put up like something to remember.
Yeah, no.
Superman. So the theory is that it's Superman, but then why were there two? Why did the ground shake twice? Right?
That theory, the most famous theory, I don't subscribe to.
The one theory that I had read, I don't know, who knows, is that it was boom boom because it was Superman, and maybe Green Lantern shows up.
Right. I don't subscribe to it.
Maybe not.
And the reason why I don't subscribe to it is because Green Lantern does not travel, right? Because he doesn't fly. It's all the ring. But he doesn't travel as fast as Superman.
But it doesn't matter. Superman could fly slow so that they could fly in together. I mean,
But you hear the boom.
Like
That's a sonic boom.
No, I don't think it's the boom. That's what I'm saying.
Then what would it be?
So Superman's gonna sonic boom to land?
No, the first boom. Oh, I hear what you're saying now. The theory I heard.
If it was like there will only be one boom then. If he was leaving, it'd be boom.
Right.
But the water would only shake once. But the water shook twice.
Shazam.
Nah, I don't buy that.
And I only say that because like they're already gonna go into production.
Right, but they still haven't announced who the actors. Which I mean, they could leave it for a surprise.
Do whatever the hell they want, right? Because they can do what they want at the what
But they're not talking about starting to film Shazam till February anyway. So there's still
but it's still going to be next year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's still time. I mean, they might not. I don't think they've picked Shazam.
But there's nothing saying that they did or they didn't. The same way there's nothing saying that they did or didn't pick Green Lantern.
Well, but I think whoever the actor was in BVS, it was the pilot that people thought would be GL.
Right.
That's gonna be GL. Watch him bring that back.
Bring it all the way back.
Well,
and no
GL.
Army Hammer.
Be like,
and Army Hammer will be Shazam instead.
No, so that's the question. The question is at that end of the trailer, there's two boom booms. And then, right, when Alfred says, now the reason we think it is Superman is because
he said you'll come.
Because Alfred freaking emphasizes the word hope, right? He was like,
did he? I didn't get that.
Yeah, he was like, he said you would come. I hope you're not too late. It was kind of like it was like kind of a little slight emphasis.
I think that's a little stretch. It's a bit of a stretch.
Watch it again.
Just because it's Alfred, I hope it's not too late, but it's normal.
I hope it's not, but that would be a tell, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, he said you were come, right? Oh, he said you were come. Go help him, stupid. No, but he was like, I hope, because remember the whole emphasis on the beginning of the trailer was hope, 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 hope. So I'm saying. It's like whatever that theory is, where if you mention it in the beginning, it happens at the end or whatever. But so it could be Superman. So I saw a picture where somebody said it was like Green Lantern wearing a red leather, like a leather coat. So that's why it's red. but then when you saw you see it from Alfred's point of view, he's got the green.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be the Christmas lantern.
That's hilarious.
Green and red.
So he's wearing the red just because just to throw people off, right? Because everybody wants.
He's going to turn around, look at the screen. Got you,
and takes off.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, who knows? We got a few months.
It's November, right?
Yeah. Well, and of course, probably the next month or so, we're gonna start seeing a few more TV spots, and which which I hope what they do is they just cut up the trailers.
They're also doing Snapchat ads.
I'm not on Snapchat. So.
I know, but one of those accounts that we follow on Instagram, like, posted a Snapchat ad.
All right. So, anyway, it looks pretty awesome. Wonder Woman did her thing. My favorite part with Wonder Woman was when the guy hit her in the back of the head.
Hit her in the back of the head
With the rifle, the butt of the rifle, and she just turned around and punched him in the stomach.
He's like punching through a wall.
I just wish she would be like, stupid, bam.
I like that they with Wonder Woman, like, her fighting style is still there, but also they did like that same slowdown that they did in the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, that was yeah, and like somebody said, it was brilliant for them to start with her because she's hot right now. So hot. she's so hot.
She's so hot right now.
So hot right now. And they announced the December 2019, Wonder Woman 2.
And directed once again by Patty Jenkins.
So we'll see what the story. I heard the story was gonna. The rumor was the story is gonna be set in the Cold War, which I think will be interesting. And then, so this is how we're gonna end this. So yeah, so we know Wonder Woman's coming out. They named the Flash movie Flashpoint, which is gonna be interesting.
We're gonna get a Thomas Wayne Batman
because it's gonna be it's kind of early, but they're throwing all the hot stuff right.
We're gonna get a Thomas Wayne Batman,
and I hope it's the same guy. I hope it's what's his name, who played the dad in
what is it? Whatever.
Dean something or the other.
Yeah, Dean Morgan,
something like that. But anyway, the guy and the lady, the actors that played the parents in BVS. I hope.
We're gonna get a Thomas Wayne Batman and a female Joker.
We hope, right? And who knows what they're gonna do? Come on, Jeff John, don't let us down. And then they also so here's how. So
if you don't do it the right way, Jeff Johns, I will find you and throw eggs at you.
Yeah, good luck with that. Then they also
wait. Is he in LA? I ain't gonna find
you. So we know we're gonna get a Flashpoint movie. So they mentioned the Shazam movie, but Black Adam isn't gonna be in the Shazam movie.
No,
from what I've read. So because the rumor is that
he's gonna get his own movie.
So one of the rumors I read was that Black Adam was gonna show up in Man of Steel 2.
Right, I read that rumor also,
which I think would be cool. It would be kind of an interesting.
I don't know or see why.
Because who would be the bad guy in Man of Steel 2? Like, it's got to be somebody that's going to be like worthy of destroying another half city, the half of another different city.
They need to bring up
maybe LA. They can just wipe it out.
Yeah, who needs that? Anyway?
Who needs LA? Hey guys from LA, we love you.
Do we have any listeners from LA?
Probably.
Yeah.
So that's the question, right? So is it gonna be Black Adam? Is it, I know some people would like Brainiac, which I'm not really that.
It should be
Mixoplex.
I just brain farted. Bizarro.
And it's Henry Cavill with like the mustache.
With the mustache from Mission Impossible.
That's the only difference. That's how you know he's the bad, the mustache.
Woo.
Maybe curl it up like the old timey bad guys, and the
Me am Superman.
Me am going to keep you alive. So we got that. There's the Batgirl. Batgirl movie is greenlit. It's on its way. And there's a Nightwing movie that they're also developing.
Did they mention that at SDCC?
I think they did. I can't remember, but I know that's like Jeff Johns wants to expand the Bat family.
Well, Batgirl's already out. Why would they do Batgirl before Nightwing?
Because probably because of Wonder Woman.
But they decided on Batgirl even before Wonder Woman came out.
But that's what I'm saying. So then,
because of Joss Whedon, supposedly he's like
big
Batgirl fan.
So they knew. So like they were probably that confident with Batgirl, Wonder Woman. There's been a lot of flack that there's not a lot of superhero movies that are the female leads. So I mean, and it's Batgirl. Batgirl's actually it's a good I mean, it's a good
Now,
name.
are they gonna do
recognizable.
older Batgirl or
Don't know yet.
like young adult Batgirl?
Don't know yet.
I hope it's young adult Batgirl.
It might. Well, it might be. To me, they should do a little bit older Batgirl to put her on par with Dick Grayson because.
Well, I mean young adult as in like in her 20s, like in her like 25, 26.
Well, but it's got to fit. Remember, Batman said he's been doing this for 20 years. So either you go origin type story, go back, or if you place her in that kind of.
But if it's like to the comic mythos, like he took Grayson in when he was like 10 years old.
Right, but Nightwing's gonna be like in his 30s.
Right. So if Nightwing's in his 30s and Batgirl is like 25, 26, I think that'll work.
So mid-late 20s. Yeah. I mean that would make that could work. And it would put him I don't know. It'd have to be because it's got to match the timeline they've established with Batman. So there's some room.
Yeah.
Unless they do kind of like they did with Wonder Woman.
Do you think they'll introduce Batgirl in Justice League?
No.
Not at all?
No. They haven't even cast her. They've got like 6 people they want to cast.
That we know of.
So no, I don't think they will.
No Barbara Gordon at all?
I don't think we see her at all.
Okay. No Nightwing either?
No Nightwing.
No Dick?
Nope. But now what I would like to see is, and then of course, so they do the Batman because they're gonna have to replace Ben Affleck anyway at some point. So one of the rumors is that they do it with Flashpoint. It's how they end up replacing him, right? So Flash screws everything up, comes back, and it's a different Batman. It's a younger Batman or whatever. I would like it to be where you establish Dick Grayson, Nightwing, and then you replace him with Nightwing. So you make Nightwing Batman. When he took over.
I wouldn't want to see that already.
Well, but I mean, you got you got Flashpoint already.
I know, but when's Nightwing going to come out? Right? Is Nightwing going to happen after Flashpoint?
I don't know.
Right? Because then this conversation is ridiculous, right? Because if they do that,
not really.
Right?
Well, no, because
if they do that and they make, they use Flashpoint as like the catalyst or the thing to replace Ben Affleck as Batman and have another younger whatever Batman, then once again, like you said just now, Nightwing and Batgirl, whatever, will have to reflect the timeline. Will have to reflect the new timeline and the new Batman.
So you do the throwback. So you go like Nightwing, and then you do a flash forward, and you see him putting on the cowl, and you're like, that's where it went. That's where it went. Yay!
Who do you think could replace? Could be a new Batman.
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it because I want to enjoy Ben as our current Batman. I mean, when Kevin Conroy came out and said he's the best Batman, live action Batman, the Batman that everyone loves says that Ben Affleck is the Batman, best live action Batman. That's the end of discussion.
Yeah, I don't. That's why when Ben said what he said, people were like, "Oh no, you see, he already established. He blew all those rumors out the water. He's gonna be Batman forever." And I was like, or he could just be, pleading to keep his job, because that's the thing, right? That's the thing. They said that they were gonna do it. If they do it, they were gonna do it where it makes sense in the universe, right?
Right.
In the DC universe. And then they announced the Flash movie name will be Flashpoint. So it's like, there you go. That's how they'll do it.
I still think that's how they're going to do it. Now it's just
if they do it, then that's how they'll do it.
Now, I mean, and like I said, like they could do. I mean, they've established that they can do it like they did Wonder Woman. So you show a current timeline, you show the backstory, how they became.
Who do you think it'll be?
For who?
For Batman.
Don't know. I mean, I don't know.
You know who I'm thinking would be a cool Batman?
Who?
But I might be wrong. Carl Urban.
Too old.
You think?
Yeah.
Isn't he around the same age as Cavill?
No, I think he's older than Cavill.
And that's the other thing that pissed me off. Like, how are you gonna go and like forcefully establish Ben Affleck's Batman to be older from the jump, right? I think we mentioned that. Like, why do they do that, right? And then, he's going to mentor Superman. None of that ever happened. right? None of that ever happened. And then now, that's the reason why you want to get rid of Ben Affleck as Batman and bring in someone younger.
I don't think that's the reason they want to get rid of Batman.
I'll send you the article where they said that was the reason.
Nah, I think it's just that
Because he's significantly older than the rest of the crew.
I think it's just they,
which made me feel like an old man because
Right,
Ben
no.
and I are the same age.
I think that's all that is. That's what I think all it is that, since he's older, they're only going to be able to really get another, maybe 2 or 3 movies out of him that make sense, before he has to at some point retire.
And get rid of the cowl.
That's why I think.
And then they bring him back for the Dark Knight Returns.
Right. That's why I think that, they could potentially do where they have Dick Grayson take over as Batman, just because it would. I mean, it's just
I don't want that to happen.
It doesn't matter what you want, Jay.
You know why I don't want that to happen? Because in some point through the Batman movies, I would love for them to bring in Damian as the new Robin.
Really, a lot of people don't like Damian.
I love Damian. It's like I love Damian.
Yeah, so who knows?
Or Todd. Right? Come on. Some Red Hood. And Damian, dude, I don't know why people don't like Damian. I love Damian.
Nah, I don't know. It's just there's a lot of stuff who knows what they're gonna do. Jeff Johns probably has a little board where he's got it all figured out.
Between Jeff Johns and Jim Lee, they're putting this all together.
Yeah, I mean,
what was I going to say to you? So there are other things that we wanted to cover, but we'll cover that next week, right?
Yeah,
the TV stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk about. We've already talked way too much about this. Way too much. So I'm sorry if you've lasted this long. I'm gonna write down the description. If you don't want to hear us talk about DC movies, fast forward. Yeah, we talk way too much.
So it's like time to say goodbye already?
It's time to say goodbye already. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our song. We're going to let Jay give us a quick synopsis of what he want to talk about today. Anyway, so this song is from
Ryan Stevenson.
Ryan Stevenson, a dude that we met on the Jesus Freak Cruise. We really enjoyed him. I mean, we're really impressed with him is what I should want to say. Enjoyed him unless we didn't, whatever. Like we hung out with him or something, no, we were really impressed with him because we noticed how he interacted with the fans, and it was just very cool.
Yeah, he wasn't dismissive with any of the fans.
I mean, he would take time to have, they'd come up, oh, I really enjoyed your set, I really enjoyed the song. And he was like, oh, thank you, and then he would engage them for another couple of minutes, and we just thought that was cool. So this is a song by him. It's called The Gospel. And it's a pretty dope song. So Ryan Stevenson, here we go.
We wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes.
A restless generation, we're turning over every stone, hoping to find salvation in a world that's left us cold. Can we get back to the altar, back to the arms of our first love? There's only one way to the Father, and He's calling out to us. To the captive it looks like freedom, to the orphan it feels like home, to the skeptic it might sound crazy to believe in a God who loves. In a world where our hearts are breaking and we're lost in the mess we've made, like a blinding light in the dead of night, it's the gospel that makes a way. It's the gospel that makes a way. It's the cure for our condition. It's the good news for us all. It's greater than religion. It's the power of the cross. So can we get back to the altar, back to the arms of our first love? There's only one way to the Father, and He's calling out to us. To the captive it looks like freedom, to the orphan it feels like home, to the skeptic it might sound crazy to believe in amazing news of the gospel is not that we can receive Jesus into our lives, but that he's already received us into his. In my own life, it means forgiveness when I know I deserve the fall. It called me out of my darkness and carried me to the cross. In a moment, my eyes were open. In that moment, my heart was changed. Like a blinding light in the dead of night, it's the gospel. Oh, to the captive, it looks like freedom. To the orphan, it feels like home. Yeah, to the skeptic, it might sound crazy to believe gospel that makes a way.
So Ryan Stevenson, The Gospel. I like that song. It's a nice song.
It's a cool little ditty.
It's a cool song. The gospel. The gospel makes the way. Gospel makes the way. Which is cool because it seems like a lot of times, we don't let the gospel make the way, as it were. We try to have everything else.
Very true.
Cool music, cool this, cool that. More of this, less of that, and all kinds of crazy ideas and gimmicks and gospel makes the way. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. So Jay, what we got? What's the topic today? What you got for us?
Well,
what you got for us, Pastor Jay?
Real quick, because we spent a lot of time geeking out, but today I wanted to continue our conversation on grace and just let our listeners know that God's grace is greater than our circumstance, right? I just wanted to remind, we want to remind you all that there are things that we go through in life that pile up and beat us up and makes us feel that sometimes, God's not listening or God's not there or he's not helping. But there are things that we go through that help build, right? Help build our need for grace, our understanding of grace. We know that God's grace is working in our pain to make us more like Jesus, right? Working in our pain to bring about, goodness in our life, to bring us closer and draw us closer to Jesus, right? So it's not that because of the circumstances that we're going through, his grace is gone, but, rather because of the circumstances that we're going through or the things that we're going through, then we can see that his grace is greater, right? There's a greater portion of his grace, in our working in our lives. So, we just wanted to say, that we deal with the difficulty every day through life, through circumstances, through problems, through issues, sicknesses, whatever it is, right? It makes it difficult to hold on to his grace, right? All these circumstances, all these things push us to complain. Our pride pushes us to deny our need for God's forgiveness, and suffering sometimes attempts to drown out God's voice. Yet, once we trust in the grace of God, we'll find that it's mightier than any obstacle, right? His grace is never-ending and unstoppable. It's greater than your circumstance, right? So we just wanted to leave that with you and leave you with this Bible verse, right? In Colossians 3:15. It says, and let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you are called in one body, and be thankful.
Dope. It's funny because I'm gonna keep reading because it's this whole next. Let the word. This is verse 16 of Colossians 3:16. Let the word of Christ dwell in you. Speaking of grace, right? Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs with thankfulness in your hearts to God. And whatever you do in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. So, God's grace, is with us, even when we don't feel it's with us.
Mm-hmm.
But even in that scripture, was beautiful about the scripture is that, and even in that is saying, it's also showing us that, hey, we need to make sure we're also in community. That's
right.
part of that grace. Grace, God gives you grace, but at the same time, we experience grace not just through God, but through that fellowship with each other.
And singing songs and hymns and spiritual songs.
I mean, that's awesome, right? Because he says, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs with thankfulness in your hearts.
And then that's the thing. That portion of scripture talks about being thankful, right?
Yes.
Talks about being thankful. I think many episodes ago, we played this R.W. Schambach song called Hallelujah Anyhow, right? And that song teaches and it speaks about how in the good, you're thankful, right? In the bad, you're thankful, right? And it's hard to see and be grateful or thankful for God's grace when we're in the midst of it, right?
Right, especially the bad.
Right? Especially the bad. But where our vision is only before us, like we only focus on what we are able to see.
Correct.
It's through that it's difficult to focus on what we can't see, and what we can't see is God's grace and peace keeping us, because no matter how bad things are, things can always get 1,000 times worse, right? And we may not understand what's going on at the time or at the moment, but we have to trust, right, that the God of all peace, right, is covering us with his grace.
Correct.
And trust in that and walk in that rather than walking in what's before us.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's funny because I'm thinking in the good times we forget to be thankful.
Right.
In the bad times, we don't want to be thankful.
Very true. Very true. It's human nature, right?
So it's just trying to find that balance. Just a reminder, God's grace is there.
It's greater.
And it's greater. And just be thankful. Let's give thanks. It's a good reminder for all of us.
Amen.
So, hey, listen, if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for making it this far. Sorry that we bored you with all the
all the geek talk.
Superhero geek talk. We'll tone it down for the next one.
It was just a very
we're just
exciting.
We're so excited,
weekend.
and we hadn't really talked about it in person since it dropped. So I guess we just had to get it out for you guys to listen to because we're weird that way. As always, this is outcry.com. There you can listen to the podcast. You can follow the links to sign up to get the alerts whenever the podcast gets put up. On there, you'll find the notes for what Jay talked about. You'll find the video for the Ryan Stevenson song, and you'll find the trailer for Justice League, so you can let us know that you hate it and that we're idiots. As always, drop us a line. Let us know you love us. Let us know you hate us, or let us know that you're just indifferent to us. We'll take it. That means you listened. And we thank you.
That means we offended you. We offended you because you listened.
Yeah. So, and hey, another shout out to our cruise friends who've started listening to us. Thank you. It means a lot to us. We're very, very happy. And that's it. That's all I got. Jay, anything else?
Thanks for listening.
Hey, thanks for listening. Awesome. Thanks for that very succinct, encouraging thing. Till next week, have a great weekend. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Thursday. Peace.
Thanks for listening. Remember to head on over to thisisoutcry.com for more content. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, or Stitcher.